biotechnology and its application. So you know that the this biotechnology, it deals with the industrial scale production of the biopharmaceuticals and biologicals using genetically modified microbes like fungi, plants, and animals. And there are that many applications of the biotechnology we are going to study. Before that, I will discuss the syllabus. Okay, the content which we are going to study. So we will study the applications of biotechnology in agriculture for production of crops tolerant to abiotic stresses like cold, drought, salt, and heat. Pest resistant crops are there like BT crops, RNAi with reference to this Meloidogyne incognita, this is the worm. Crops with enhanced nutritional value like golden rice. And in medicine, we are going to study the production of this insulin, gene therapy with reference to the treatment of SCID, molecular diagnosis by PCR, ELISA, and use of DNA, RNA probe. Then transgenic animals for bioactive products like alpha-1 antitrypsin for emphysema, alpha-lactalbumin, vaccine safety testing, chemical safety testing, and study of diseases. Role of GEAC definition and two examples of biopiracy, biopatent, and ethical issues. So we'll study today the first part, that applications of biotechnology in the agriculture. So you know that the biotechnology deals with the industrial scale production of biopharmaceuticals and biologicals using genetically modified microbes, fungi, plants, and animals. So genetically modified, like you have studied already, that manipulation in the DNA, and that DNA, that manipulated DNA or recombinant DNA is inserted into the microbes and the organism which we are getting, that is the biologically modified or genetically modified organism, in order to get the desired product. Applications of biotechnology includes in therapeutics, means for the therapy. Diagnostic, here the diagnostic means to diagnose the disease, disease का पता लगाना कि ये disease इसमें है या नहीं. Genetically modified crop for agriculture, processed food, bioremediation. What is bioremediation? Actually, bioremediation is the that process by which these genetically modified organisms or living organisms, they are used to reduce the pollutants and toxic substances from the water and air, waste treatment, and energy production. So major research areas of biotechnology. So the areas are to supply best catalyst, maybe the microbe or pure enzyme in the form of improved organism with better characteristics, to create optimal conditions by genetic engineering for catalyst to function, and purification of protein organic compound by developing downstream technology. So right from producing the desired product, then to provide the optimal condition there for genetic engineering to get that product, and then the purification of that product, okay, for which we are using the biotechnology. So these are the major research area of biotechnology. And nowadays students, many of the students after 12th, they are opting biotechnology for their study, because there is a lot of scope in biotechnology, right from the engineering degree to the research. So these are the research areas. Now biotechnological applications in agriculture we are going to study. So the main aim of the biotechnology in the agriculture to increase in the food production. So increase in food production, it can be achieved by agrochemical based agriculture. Agrochemical means the chemicals which we are using like fertilizer or pesticides का use करके हमको yield increase करना. Organic culture, you know what is organic culture? Organic culture वो फॉर्म है एग्रीकल्चर का जहां पर कि केमिकल्स का मिनिमम यूज करना और मैक्सिमम यूज करना नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज का और नेचुरल वेज का, जिसके थ्रू केमिकल्स कम से कम हो क्रॉप के अंदर. सो दैट इज द वे ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक कल्चर. जेनेटिकली engineered crop based agriculture. Yes, some of the examples of genetically engineered crop I have shown you in the previous chapter. So these crops were pest resistant, insect resistant. Okay, so these are the genetically engineered crops. Green revolution, that also you have studied, where the crop production increased by using improved crop varieties, better crop management practices, and use of the agrochemicals. So that revolutionized the field of agriculture. Food supply, it was tripled but was not enough for growing population. Means green revolution was also not sufficient in order to provide the food to the growing population. Agrochemicals were too expensive for farmers to afford. Yes, because these are the chemicals synthesized in the industries, and they are not the cheaper one, very expensive. Increase in yield with existing varieties are not possible with the conventional breeding. ओके, सो एग्जिस्टिंग वेराइटी के साथ और कन्वेंशनल जो ब्रीडिंग मेथड के साथ हमको यील्ड नहीं मिल सकती. सो दैट इज व्हाई दैट दिस बायोटेक्नोलॉजी हैज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल इन द एग्रीकल्चर. Now, what can we do with the help of biotechnology? So, introduction of genetically modified crop was an alternative to obtain maximum yield by understanding genetics of the crop. So, these genetically modified crops, when they were introduced in the field, definitely that farmers, they got the maximum yield. Some useful aspects of GM plants. GM means genetically modified plants. So, what are the useful aspects? Improvement in the nutritional quality, like vitamin A enriched soil. You know that the vitamin A deficiency causes problem in our body. So what the scientists they did, they added vitamin A in the rice itself. So person does not need to take the vitamin A capsules or the medicines. If the individual consumes this rice, then its body will get the vitamin A. Like iron rich also we have studied. Some examples you have studied already. So this is the benefit, okay, of the biotechnology. Better nitrogen fixation, and the plants variety we were able to get which were tolerant to abiotic stress, tolerant to the temperature, very low temperature, drought, when little water or scarcity of the water is there, salt is very high or very low, heat temperature is very high. So towards this genetically engineered crops were available to fight these all problems. Reduce reliance on chemical pesticides. You know that farmers, they are using these chemical pesticides extensively, and we have its harmful effect on our body. Bioaccumulation you have studied in the previous classes. So scientists, they have produced pest resistant crops. उनके ऊपर पेस्ट जो है वो डेवलप ही नहीं हो पाएंगे, और if they develop then they will die. Reduce post harvest losses and increase efficiency of mineral usage by plant, prevent exhaustion of the fertility of the soil. So प्लांट की एफिशिएंसी बढ़ा देना कि वो मैक्सिमम मिनरल्स को जो है वो यूटिलाइज कर सके, एज वेल एज टू प्रिवेंट द एग्जॉशन ऑफ द फर्टिलिटी ऑफ द सॉइल. प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द डिजीज रेजिस्टेंट क्रॉप. माइक्रो प्रोपगेशन मीन्स दैट इज द टिश्यू कल्चर फॉर बायोमास एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन. सो ये सारे एस्पेक्ट्स हैं जीएम क्रॉप्स के एग्रीकल्चर में. मीन्स इस तरीके से बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इज हेल्पिंग in the agriculture. Suppose the question comes that how this biotechnology helps in the agriculture. So these are the points. Okay, now we will see the genetically modified crops, like the golden rice is there. Okay, so golden rice is a transgenic variety of rice, Oryza sativa, which contains the good qualities of beta carotene. Beta carotene, it is the provitamin A, inactive state of vitamin A, or beta carotene is the principal source of vitamin A. So the grains of the rice are yellow in color due to beta carotene. So ये जो variety है genetically modified crop की, इसको हम golden rice कहते हैं. तो ये examples हैं genetically modified food के. Some others are also there, so that we will study here further in the examples. Now, first we will study this pest resistant plant. Pest, the insects which means develop insects and the pest animals which feed on the crop plants. So making the plant pest resistant. So pest cannot develop on them, cannot feed on them, cannot damage to the crops. So biotechnology in agriculture means produced the pest resistant plant, and development of the pest resistant plants lead to the reduction of use of pesticide. जब वैरायटी ही पेस्ट रेजिस्टेंट प्रोड्यूस हो गई प्लांट की, तो जो केमिकल पेस्टिसाइड्स फार्मर्स यूज कर रहे हैं उसकी यूटिलिटी बिल्कुल कम हो जाएगी, उनका रिडक्शन हो जाएगा, बिकॉज दैट इज वेरी हार्मफुल. द पेस्टिसाइड्स, दे आर मिक्सिंग इन द सॉइल, दे आर इवन in the food also. So to reduce this pest resistant plant are the best option. One such approach we are going to study here. This is introduction of Bt toxin to the target plant. This is in your syllabus, students. Bt toxin. So let me understand what is the meaning of Bt toxin. मीन्स इस बीटी टॉक्सिन को जो है प्लांट के अंदर इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया, और जो क्रॉप हमें मिली वो थी बीटी कॉटन, बीटी कॉर्न, राइस, टमेटो, पोटैटो, सोयाबीन. We will study what is Bt toxin. Bt toxin is actually the toxin produced by Bacillus thuringiensis. It is the bacteria. इसके अंदर ये Bt toxin produce होता है, and the genes which are responsible to produce this toxin in the Bacillus thuringiensis is Bt toxin gene. The name is also Bt toxin gene. Bt, B for Bacillus and T for thuringiensis. So ये Bt जो है इस ऑर्गेनिज्म के नाम को शो कर रहा है, प्रेजेंट कर रहा है, जिससे हम ये टॉक्सिन जो है वो आइसोलेट कर रहे हैं. सो Bt टॉक्सिन जीन को ही आइसोलेट कर लिया जाता है फ्रॉम द DNA of this bacteria. So Bt toxin gene is isolated, then cloned from the bacteria and expressed in plants to provide resistance to the insect. So there is no need of insecticide, and now it is working as the biopesticide. So children understood? इस जीन को ही Bt toxin जीन को आइसोलेट किया बैक्टीरिया से, इसकी कॉपी बनाई, क्लोनिंग मीन्स कॉपी, एंड देन इट इज इंसर्टेड इनटू द प्लांट्स. ओके, सो इट एक्सप्रेस इटसेल्फ हियर. एक्सप्रेस कैसे करेगा ये? बिकॉज ये जो Bt जीन है जब प्लांट में इंसर्ट हो जाएगा, देन इट विल प्रोड्यूस द Bt टॉक्सिन, एंड दिस Bt टॉक्सिन इज actually working as the toxin for the insects which feed on the crops. So जैसे ही इंसेक्ट इन क्रॉप्स को फीड करेंगे, ये टॉक्सिन इन इंसेक्ट्स की बॉडी में एंटर होके उनको जो है डिस्ट्रॉय कर देगा. सो नाउ वी विल सी द मैकेनिज्म. सो Bacillus thuringiensis is that microorganism from which we are getting this bacterium. So from it we are getting Bt toxin. Bt toxin is actually protein which kills insects like the Lepidopterans, tobacco, birdworm, and armyworm. Kindly note down these names because this comes in the exam, that Bt toxin is effective against which of the worms? Tobacco, birdworms, armyworms here, then कोलियोप्टेरन्स आर देयर लाइक बीटल्स, एंड डायप्टेरन्स आर देयर फ्लाइज एंड मॉस्किटोज. सो इतने सारे इंसेक्ट्स के अगेंस्ट ये Bt टॉक्सिन वर्क करता है, एंड इट किल्स ऑल दीज. नाउ Bt टॉक्सिन जीन एक्सप्रेसेस इटसेल्फ बाय प्रोड्यूसिंग प्रोटीन क्रिस्टल. अब ये जीन अगर किसी सेल में हम इंसर्ट करेंगे तो ये कैसे एक्सप्रेस करेगा? इसका फिनोटाइप होगा टू प्रोड्यूस द प्रोटीन क्रिस्टल एट पर्टिकुलर फेज ऑफ बैक्टीरिया, एंड दिस प्रोटीन इज द इंसेक्टिसाइडल प्रोटीन. क्यों? क्योंकि ये इंसेक्ट्स को किल कर रहा है. सो दिस इज अ इंसेक्टिसाइडल प्रोटीन. नाउ दिस Bt टॉक्सिन एग्जिस्ट एज इनएक्टिव प्रोटॉक्सिन्स, क्योंकि अब जब हमें कह रहे हैं कि ये जो Bt टॉक्सिन है दिस इज वेरी हार्मफुल, तो ये बैक्टीरिया कैसे सर्वाइव कर रहा है? बिकॉज व्हेन इट इज प्रोड्यूस इट इज इन द इनएक्टिव फॉर्म. सो इन एन इनएक्टिव प्रोटोटॉक्सिन फॉर्म एंड ऑन इंजेक्शन of it by insect, active form of toxin due to alkaline pH of gut, so that solubilize the crystal. Now listen, ये जो बीटी टॉक्सिन जब सिक्रीट होता है ये प्रोटॉक्सिन की फॉर्म में होता है, अदरवाइज ये टॉक्सिन प्लांट के लिए भी हार्मफुल हो सकता है। लेकिन क्यों हार्मफुल नहीं होता है? दिस इज द रीजन कि ये हमेशा इनएक्टिव फॉर्म में सिक्रीट होता है या बनता है, और जब इनको इंसेक्ट इंजेस्ट करते हैं फूड की फॉर्म में, जब प्लांट सेल को वो कंज्यूम करेंगे, देन इट गोज इनटू देयर इंटेस्टाइन एंड ड्यू टू द एल्कलाइन पीएच ऑफ इंटेस्टाइन ये बीटी टॉक्सिन एक्टिव हो जाता है इनएक्टिव फॉर्म से, एंड उस पीएच एल्कलाइन में जो है ये क्रिस्टल सोलेबलाइज होंगे और एक्टिव हो जाएंगे, और ये एक्टिवेटेड टॉक्सिन इट बाइंड्स टू द सरफेस ऑफ मिडगट एपिथेलियम सेल्स। तो इंसेक्ट्स की जो मिडगट है, इंटेस्टाइन की एपिथेलियल सेल से ये एक्टिवेटेड टॉक्सिन बाइंड होगा एंड क्रिएट पोर्स, उसके गट के अंदर पोर्स क्रिएट कर देता है इंसेक्ट्स के अंदर। सो व्हाट हैपेंस, द फ्लूइड प्रेजेंट इन द गट कम्स आउट एंड द फ्लूइड विल मूव in and out of the gut. It causes swelling and then lysis and then the death of insects. So in this way ये जो BT toxin है इन worms के लिए harmful होता है. Understood children? This is the mechanism. So what is done for this? BT toxin is isolated from bacteria and its gene which is responsible to produce this BT toxin, these are CRY, ये naming कर दी गई है. So the gene which produces this BT toxin is CRY. This cry gene is of different types. It is incorporated into crop plant. इसको सीधे crop plant में ही insert कर दिया जाता है depending on the type of crop and the target pest. अब इसकी भी variety है CRY की types हैं, तो ये depend करता है कि इसको इस पर्टिकुलर टाइप को किस क्रॉप में इंसर्ट करना है और उसका टारगेट पेस्ट क्या है, बिकॉज यहाँ पे आपने पढ़ा बहुत सारे इंसेक्ट्स हैं जो कि हार्मफुल हैं, तो देर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ दैट क्राई जीन्स प्रोड्यूसिंग द वेराइटी ऑफ द टॉक्सिन एंड दे आर वर्किंग अगेंस्ट ऑल दीज पेस्ट. सो व्हाट आर दीज? लाइक CRY1AC and CRY2AB. Kindly note down because this is asked frequently in the board questions. So CRY1AC and CRY2AB ये जो genes हैं they are inserted in the plant for cotton bollworms. I explained you here the insects जो है वो कौन से insects हैं? Cotton bollworms, जो cotton के ऊपर develop होते हैं bollworms. And CRY1AB it is इफेक्टिव अगेंस्ट द कॉर्न बोरर. जो कॉर्न के ऊपर जो वर्म्स होते हैं दे आर कॉर्न बोरर, उनके लिए CRY1AB जो है उन कॉर्न प्लांट्स में इंसर्ट किया जाता है. सो दिस इज द मैकेनिज्म. नाउ वी विल सी हाउ इट वर्क्स. सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस डायग्राम आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू. यू सी दिस इज कॉर्न बोरर एंड दिस इज द बोलवर्म, है ना. ये कॉटन का जो फ्लावर है उसके अंदर ये डेवलप हो रहा है. So how it is done? So this is the bacteria. This is Bacillus thuringiensis. We are extracting the DNA from this bacterium, and then the cloning and designing of the gene is done. Means the gene which is producing the BT toxin is isolated, cloning is done, then it is inserted into the plant cells. That is the transformation of the plant cell. Plant cell also will produce that BT toxin. Then now this cell is allowed further to develop and now it becomes the part of the tissue culture. So it is done in the cells. Cells will develop, allowed to grow, and that will form the tissue. And now that with the help of tissue culture we are getting many plantlets, and these plantlets further they are grown as the crop. So this BT toxin producing property is obtained by the plant, and this plant will be the genetically modified plant. तो जैसे ये plant बड़ा होगा इसकी plant cells के अंदर ये BT toxin को produce करने की genetical property होगी. तो जैसे ही ये जो worms हैं ये develop होंगे, they will feed on the plant parts. So this BT toxin will enter into the that gut of these worms, and then that will be activated. BT toxin activated हो जाएगा वो toxin and cause pore in their gut, and then due to swelling and that further that inactivity of, because digestive tract ही जब damage हो जाएगा तो ये जो worm है they will not able to survive. So this is the that importance of the Bt toxin and how the genetically modified crops, Bt cotton and all these are produced. Here also in the case of corn also, that Bt gene is transferred from the bacillus into corn. वो था cotton का example, ये है corn का. तो corn के अंदर जो corn borer है उनके अंदर भी ये particular gene insert किया जाता है. And then after this European corn borer feeds on the corn plant and ingests the protein encoded by the Bt gene. So Bt gene which are present in the corn cells, they'll produce the Bt toxin. और ये corn borer जो worm है इसके ऊपर develop हो रहा है, that will ingest this toxin. So this toxin, Bt protein, penetrates and collapses the cells lining of the gut and the insect dies. So understood children, this is the whole process. Bt in inactive form, sprayed on the crops also. It can be sprayed on the crops also. Yes, this toxin eaten by the insect. Toxin gets activated by alkaline pH of insect's gut, swelling of the gut of insects and death of insects. So in both the way it can be used. Now next method we are going to study, that is the pest resistant plant. So next is what there, Bt toxin is not toxic to all pests or pests become resistant against Bt toxins. Yes, there are chances. तो ये जो Bt टॉक्सिन है वो सारे पेस्ट पर काम नहीं करता है, इसके अलावा इसके अगेंस्ट जो है रेजिस्टेंट डेवलप हो सकता है पेस्ट के अंदर. सो अनदर अप्रोच टू डेवलप पेस्ट रेजिस्टेंट क्रॉप अगेंस्ट नेमेटोड पैरासाइट इज आरएनए इंटरफेरेंस. तो ये जो नया मेथड है ये नेमेटोड पैरासाइट मींस वर्म के अगेंस्ट है ये भी, और दैट बिलोंग्स टू द नेमेटोडा. दिस मेथड इज आरएनए इंटरफेरेंस. अब इसका मतलब समझना बच्चों, इंटरफेरेंस मीन्स इंटरफेयर करना आरएनए के साथ, आरएनए को साइलेंट कर देना. यू नो द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ एमआरएनए. ओके, एमआरएनए इज बीइंग ट्रांसलेटेड इनटू दैट cytoplasm and produces particular protein. If you have studied the transcription and translation in genetics, you will understand it in a better way. So this method is RNA interference, RNAi. This small I, it represents the interference. Example, which of the worm? This worm is the Meloidegain incognita, because this is specifically mentioned in your syllabus. Okay, so this is the nematode parasite Meloidegain incognita. It infects the root of tobacco plant. So कहाँ ये develop होता है? In the roots of tobacco plants, causing a great reduction in the yield. And the most that cost-effective and sustainable management tactic for preventing such damage was to bioengineer a resistant plant that prevent the nematode from feeding on the roots. तो इस तरीके से इस मेथड को यूज करके अगर जब भी ये जर्म इस पे ये वर्म डेवलप हो तो ये क्रॉप को ही जो है इसके अगेंस्ट रेजिस्टेंट बनाया जाए. तो इसके लिए ये मेथड है. दिस इज द आरएनएआई और आरएनए इंटरफेरेंस. अब उसका प्रिंसिपल क्या है दैट वी विल डिस्कस. So principle of RNAi to develop pest resistant is silencing translation of a specific RNA. As I said you कि जो mRNA synthesize होता है न्यूक्लियस के अंदर, it binds with the ribosome and being translated to produce the particular protein. तो अब अगर हम इस mRNA को प्रोटीन को ट्रांसलेट करने ही ना दें, ट्रांसलेशन प्रोसेस ही अगर हम रोक देंगे तो वो पर्टिकुलर प्रोटीन सिंथेसाइज नहीं हो पाएगा. That is the principle of RNAi, means it is interfering with the working of mRNA. That is why we are calling it RNA interference. So its principle to silence the translation of the specific mRNA. Now this RNAi takes place in all eukaryotic organism as a method of cell defense. ये सभी eukaryotic organism में ये method work करता है in order to defend, means protect the cell from the different organisms. So silencing of a specific mRNA due to complementary double-stranded RNA, a type of RNA molecule to enhance or inhibit the translation of mRNA. Now children, you know कि ये जो mRNA होता है, this is a single-stranded RNA. अब हम इसको साइलेंस कैसे कर सकते हैं, इसको ट्रांसलेशन से कैसे रोक सकते हैं? ड्यू टू कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री डबल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए, एक आरएनए जो कि इसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री हो. So by making it double stranded, जब ये डबल स्ट्रैंड हो जाएगा, डबल स्ट्रैंडेड हो जाएगा, देन इट विल नॉट be translated, it will not enter into the process of translation. So by making it double stranded, so due to complementary double stranded RNA, type of RNA molecule to enhance or inhibit the translation of mRNA. Now this binds to the mRNA and prevent the translation. Now the question comes that source of this double stranded RNA और complementary RNA, मतलब इस mRNA का हमको complementary RNA लगेगा. अब ये हम कहाँ से लेंगे? Either from the virus RNA और transposons जो होते हैं. What are transposons? The genetic element which replicate via an RNA intermediate. So in this way we will get the complementary RNA of this mRNA which helps in the silencing of this. Now method क्या है? Method देख लेते हैं. जैसे हमने बीटी कॉटन वाला या बीटी टॉक्सिन वाला मेथड था. व्हाट इज द मेथड ऑफ दिस RNAi? सो यहाँ पर वेक्टर यूज होता है एग्रोबैक्टीरियम. रिमेंबर एग्रोबैक्टीरियम ट्यूमिफेसियंस, आई एक्सप्लेन्ड यू इन द प्रीवियस पार्ट. सो वेक्टर विच इज यूज, इट इज एग्रोबैक्टीरियम. बैक्टीरिया है ये. जेनेटिकली इसको इंजीनियर्ड किया जाता है टू इंट्रोड्यूस द निमेटोड स्पेसिफिक जीन्स. ओके, निमेटोड के स्पेसिफिक जीन्स जो है वो इसके अंदर एंटर किए जाते हैं. तो इसको जेनेटिकली इंजीनियर्ड करके जो है प्रिपेयर किया जाता है. नाउ निमेटोड स्पेसिफिक जीन is introduced into the host plant to make it as the transgenic plant. So in this method, using agrobacterium vectors, nematode specific gene which is responsible for parasitism. अब यहाँ पे ये मीनिंग समझना है इसका. nematode specific genes क्या होता है? They are responsible for parasitism, means which help to develop the nematode, okay, which is a parasite. They were introduced into the host plant, and the introduction of this DNA is such that it produces both sense antisense RNA in the host cells, forming the that double stranded RNA. तो जब ये जो DNA इंट्रोड्यूस किया जाता है, it will produces both sense and antisense RNA in the host. So ये जो sense and antisense RNA है, they are complementary to each other. So they form double stranded RNA. Okay, they initiate this RNA interference. So what happens here? These two RNAs are being complementary, sense and antisense RNA, and they form double strand DNA which is taken up by the parasitic nematode and initiate the RNA interference, the silence the specific mRNA of the nematode. तो जब nematode में ये receive होगा ये double stranded RNA which is complementary to the RNA of the nematode, तो ये nematode के RNA के साथ जो है bind हो जाएगा mRNA के साथ. So when nematode infests the plant, okay, then introduction of nematode genome takes place and presence of this double stranded RNA silence the specific mRNA of the nematode. So nematoda का जो mRNA है उसको ये जो complementary RNA उसके साथ bind हो जाएगा और translation process को आगे नहीं होने देगा. तो जो प्रोटीन्स रिक्वायर्ड हैं ग्रोथ के लिए नेमेटोड की, उस पैरासाइट की, वो प्रोटीन्स का फॉर्मेशन ही नहीं हो पाएगा. So this method is the initiation of RNA interference, or this method is RNAi. So parasite will not able to survive in the host which express interfering RNAi. ये पैरासाइट डेवलप ही नहीं हो पाएगा. क्यों? फीड तो करेगा लेकिन उसका mRNA जो है वो प्रोटीन नहीं सिंथेसाइज करेगा. एंड यू नो द प्रोटीन इज द स्ट्रक्चरल पार्ट ऑफ द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म. जब प्रोटीन नहीं बनेगा तो ये पैरासाइट सर्वाइव नहीं हो पाएगा. अंडरस्टूड? सो दिस इज द RNA interference. And the plant which we are getting, transgenic plant which is being resistant and protected from the parasite. So this is the mechanism of RNAi. Now you see this is the worm Meloidogyne incognita, okay, developing in the plant here and feeding on the plant, and then the plant is modified to produce the transgenic plant. So this cannot develop into the plant. So next, now the biotechnological applications in the medicine, so that we will discuss in the coming class. So this was the topic.